and as well as the sort of economic benefits of investing in the arts as a city, at a city level. The other component of our work is actually directly related to the praxis part, where we actually use art as a medium for participatory planning as a process. And what we did at Kannagi Nagar as part of the festival was also something similar, because we had two projects. One of them was the postcard project, where we actually sort of mapped all the different games that the kids in Kannagi Nagar play, and the postcards will then be sent out. In fact, I'd like to invite, if anybody would like to receive a postcard, please drop us your address and we will send you one. And the other part was a project which is called Redrawing Kannagi Nagar, where we were trying to create a displacement map and to understand how people move and how people use the neighborhood and what are their needs and aspirations and so on and so forth. As I said, we use art as a medium, which helps us in our participatory planning process. It sort of helps make it more accessible, make the entire process of planning and designing our cities more accessible to a wider audience, and that's kind of where we position ourselves.
I'm Purnima, and I run a collective called the Aravani Art Project. We work with women and trans women artists and create public wall murals. We are yet to paint in Kannagi Nagar. We are starting tomorrow, and we just finished and wrapped up a community art project in Dharavi for 25 days. Yeah.
So actually, I think that the reason why we felt that it was important to have multiple voices was exactly because I think that what it's kind of like a common aim and goal is to make those projects sustainable, which means also that there has to be a sort of integrated strategy, because of course those projects have like multiple components, and we work with very fluid sort of matters. The cities are fluid, they're constantly changing. The people are fluid in the sense that they really change a lot from community to community. And it's very difficult to sort of like work in isolation. Where I'm coming from when I say work in isolation is that the government is extremely important, the research part is extremely important, and the community aspect as well. What you see on the walls, eventually, I feel that is just the final result of what we do. But there is so much more before and after. And I think that in that sense, like my next question would be, basically, in your experience, given the multiple voices, what is kind of like the best way of integrating art in public spaces? And what would you envision for Indian cities, especially in this case Chennai, way forward? Which means, of course, like Chennai is a big city. There are multiple areas which would trigger multiple and different consequences of a project. The Kannagi Nagar, of course, is more like an urban regeneration project, if you want to say so. If we put, like, you know, art in Marina Beach, it would have a different meaning, a different consequence, etc. So in that sense, of course, we can think of so many different ideas. But as a question, like, what would you envision and what would you really think would create an integrated process for people to really sort of be connected with the city in a different way, thanks to the art intervention?
Smart City Limited, and I'm very thankful to the Phoenix Mall for organizing this, because what the Chennai Corporation has done is something spectacular in the Kannagi Nagar. Hopefully it will become a very vibrant art district. Yesterday there was a huge community-driven program where they not only had their own art show and so on, but children were painting the walls, celebration of art in that district, and hopefully this will become a serious art district and one of the examples for the rest of the city also, because we need to do many of them. So I hope this is just the beginning of something wonderful. Thank you.
Project in Kannagi Nagar called Kannagi Art District. It has been almost a month that we started it, and we are planning to paint 16 large walls, large murals in Kannagi Nagar. Almost 10 is finished, another 6 to go. We are planning to complete in another week or two. And in this context, we had a discussion in Phoenix Mall today, Palladium mall today. It is regarding what is the impact and what is how we can take this project forward. So we had a very fruitful discussion, and I think we can take it a long way.